You know, it seems like everywhere we go, talking to people or turning on the TV, we always hear something discouraging these days. And for some of us, joy and finding joy is a real challenge. Today, we're talking with Kathy Carlton Willis. She's an author and she's sharing about her joy book and some very specific principles that we can use to find joy. And Kathy tells us that it's an inside job. And you're going to see here in a very windy interview, Kathy and I take a little joyride. But during the process, Kathy shares with us some attitudes and some actions I think that you're going to want to stay tuned and listen to. Kathy Carlton Willis. She is the best person to see any day of your life. In fact, she is known as God's grin gal. And if you just look at Kathy, you'll see she's talking about taking a joyride. And that's what we're doing today is we're studying, kind of discussing her new book, or The Grin Gal's Guide to Joy. And this discusses a lot of principles that gets us back to having that joyful experience of who we were created to be. Kathy, tell us a little bit about your book. Talks about joy is an inside job as opposed to an outside job. What do you mean by that?
Well, I think everyone's looking for happiness, and when you look for happiness, it's based on happenstance. It's based on what's happening. And so if your circumstances aren't good, then you're not happy. Well, instead, let's look for joy, because joy doesn't depend on what's going on around us. It depends on what's going on inside of us. And when God plants that joy inside of our hearts, and it's because of His love for us and who He is in our lives, then we can have joy even on the worst days of our life. And that's why people call me the Grin Gal, because they really don't understand, because I've had some pretty yucky things happen in my life, and somehow I can kind of grin through them. In fact, one of my other books is on the 7 trials every woman faces, and the subtitle for that is Job a member of my family tree? Because
I get it.
Yeah, if instead of saying, is there a target on my back, is Job a member of my family tree? So sometimes we need to just make our own joy by seeing what God says about us and how we can really benefit from having that faith in Him. And then it doesn't matter what's going on around us, and we can still grin through any of those things. It's better than groaning or gritting your teeth or any of those other GR words.
But you have another set of G words. You have grin, grow, go, and give. Now that sounds like a process.
It is.
And so tell us, kind of walk us through that, Kathy. What does it mean to grin, grow, go, and give?
Well, a lot of the Bible studies that I've attended, they teach me the facts about the Bible, but they don't take it any further than that. And if it doesn't make a difference in my life, I'm too busy to want to be a part of those kind of studies.
Right. Life's too busy
It
just to
is.
sit and learn a bunch of stuff.
Facts.
Yeah.
And so we're going to grin with joy. We're going to learn some stories that make us be more open-minded to what the Bible says. Then we're going to grow with joy, and that's our Bible study. And then the go and the give, those are our action steps. It's how we change, how our heart changes because of the joy, the internal change that happens, and then those outward changes that happen because we have joy in our life.
Kathy, it's interesting, as a physician, I've noticed that the people that seem to have the most joy in their difficult circumstances are the people who learn to begin to look outward at how they can use their life experiences to begin to encourage other people and help them grow. Is that what you're meaning by that part of going and giving?
Yeah, we really do need to have a purpose beyond ourselves. And I think when we find that purpose, it helps us to make a difference in this world. And that's why we're all planted here and why we have one more day. So as long as I have another breath in me, that's what I want to be about doing. And if I can help other people see that, I think it's going to help them have a bigger purpose than beyond what they're doing for themselves.
I think the spoonful of courage that I got from Kathy was just when she said this. We need to have a purpose beyond ourselves. And that's one of the keys to joy, is that it's an inside job. I loved how she talked about the attitudes of grinning and growing or maturing, and then how those attitudes move into actions, how we begin to go and we begin to give and we begin to share with other people. I really think that's the key to joy. As Kathy was sharing later, it begins with Jesus, others, and yourself. We're going to hear a little bit more about Kathy and about some more of her ministry in the next segment, so stay tuned. I'm Dr. Chuck. So we're here with Kathy Carlton Willis. You can find a lot of her resources at kathycarltonwillis.com. This is the Grin Gal's Guide to Joy. She's got multiple books. She's also a speaker, and she's got some online resources. In fact, she's got some online coaching and some Zoom meetings that you can catch that can really kind of help you begin to make those steps of joy. And there's different categories of things. Kathy, tell us just real quickly, you've got 4 different online coaching sessions for people.
Yeah, I really am wanting to help people with the well-being of their body, soul, and spirit. And so we have things that might help you if you're having struggles with your physical health or with diabetes or weight loss or anything like that. But I don't want to just leave it there, because I think where we really get the victory is when we deal with soul care. We need to take care of our souls. It's what God has put on the inside of us. And then also that spiritual growth that we need to happen. If I'm not learning and growing, that's the day I start dying. And so I want to be all about that spiritual growth.
Kathy, we're going to continue our joy ride. Hey, it's been good having you on Spoon